Alright, the next puree we're going to make is the green puree. For the green puree, we're going to use our frozen blue kale again. Again, you could use a different kind of green like spinach or collards or whatever else you'd like. We're going to use some of these frozen broccoli florets and also some green peas. And there's going to be a little lemon juice and water in this puree as well. But as you can see, this is a really nutrient-packed puree full of tons of good green veggies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to steam the kale and the broccoli together for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to add the peas during the last minute of steaming because they don't need to cook for as long. Then I will drain those, add them to the food processor along with my water and lemon juice and puree them up. So I will show you how to make the puree after I finish steaming. Okay, in my bowl of my food processor I have all of my veggies, the frozen kale, frozen broccoli, and frozen peas, which are all very soft from steaming. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of water. And 1 teaspoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And then I'm just going to attach the top to my food processor and blend it all up to make a nice and smooth puree. You'll want to scrape down the sides every so often to make sure it's uniformly smooth. In this puree, you might need to add a couple tablespoons more of water to make sure it's as smooth as possible. But you also want to make sure you steam your veggies until they're very soft so that they're easier to puree with less water. So I'm just going to give it a little more time. Okay, so I've gotten my puree to what I think is a nice smooth consistency. I'll try to show you what that looks like. Alright, so you can see how that is nice and smooth. Not a whole lot of chunks in there. Remember, the smoother it is, the less detectable it will be to your picky eaters. So you want to make sure you really give it enough time in the food processor to get to the correct consistency. Then you can just store it in a little container. Or again, freeze it in individual portions. And this green puree will be used in the meatball recipe, so make sure you check out that video on how to use the green puree when you're making meatballs.